Welcome back to Cox OC Connection. I'm Leslie Layton. Here at AV Event Center in Irvine, Cox Business is hosting this year's third annual Get Started OC competition. Cox also supports local agencies in our community and their programs to protect the environment. The Transportation Corridors Agency prides itself on carefully planned construction of wildlife undercrossings on the 51 miles of toll roads in Orange County. Let's find out more.
The Transportation Corridor Agencies was formed in 1986 to operate and construct the toll roads here in Orange County. When we first constructed the toll roads, we also developed a long-term environmental program that complemented the construction of the toll roads. Today, we have over 2,000 acres set aside as permanent open space in 16 different locations throughout the County of Orange. Since opening the toll roads, we continued to study the wildlife movement through the area. And most recently, in 2010, we collaborated with the University of California, Davis Wildlife Health Center. We created a program to ensure that the wildlife continues to move. We constructed a fence out there recently called the Wildlife Safety Improvement Project. The fence is 10 to 12 feet in height, and it's about 6.5 miles in length on both sides of the 241 toll road from the interchange of the 261 to the 91 freeway. Also included with the new fence is jump out ramps, and that allows for animals that accidentally get onto the roadway their ability to jump off the toll road and back into the open space. We included 26 of those jump out ramps, and they're strategically placed every half a mile along this project area. So the fence not only is 10 to 12 feet high, we also buried the fence 24 inches into the ground. And the reason for doing that is a lot of the animals tend to dig under the fence and try to get out under it and out onto the roadway. So by using this innovative design feature, we're ensuring that the wildlife will not be able to get onto the roadway. We also put an 18-inch outrigger on top of the fence. And the reason for that is mountain lions especially, they can actually jump over a fence that's 10 feet high. So by having the outrigger angled towards the open space, if a mountain lion tries to jump on the fence, the barbed wire actually move them back into the open space and prevent them from getting onto the roadway. The fence was designed to not only protect wildlife, but we also used a rustic finish on the fence called Natina. And we decided to use that because the area out there is all open space, preserved in perpetuity. And so we wanted to blend into the environment and be sensitive to the surrounding area. So the finish on the fence is a rustic brown, and you'll see that it looks like it's an aged fence, even though it's brand new. So that way when the drivers drive on the roadway, they're not all of a sudden seeing this bright, shiny fence, and the fence is really complementary to the open space in the area. And a lot of our drivers have even told us that they haven't even noticed the fences up there because we've done such a good job at blending in with the environment. The toll roads were the first to implement such a robust design feature on its roadways. Other projects throughout the country have used certain features of it, but this is the most comprehensive project in itself. And we've actually been contacted by other transportation agencies, other countries, and also have been recognized internationally for our efforts at protecting wildlife and protecting drivers on the roadway. We completed the project in January of this year, and the project was roughly about $10 million total cost. So the next steps for the project itself is to monitor the wildlife movement.
So one of the more exciting initiatives that the TCA has is a mountain lion tracking study. And we're actually tracking mountain lions by putting GPS collars on them, and we're tracking them moving from Orange County all the way down to San Diego. And we're actually able to quantify how many mountain lions are in an area at a certain time. And that study is very important because it complements our fence project. We're ensuring drivers are kept safe. We're ensuring the wildlife is continued to thrive in the open space, which was the intention of all the environmental programs TCA has done to date. And it's a very important study, and it's done in collaboration with the University of California, Davis. So we're hoping to wrap that study up in about 3 years, and it will tell us a lot of information about keeping mountain lions safe.
So UC Davis will do the monitoring for us. We have cameras placed throughout the project area, so we'll document any wildlife that's getting onto the jump out ramps, If there's breaches in the fence, we can quickly go out there and detect it and monitor it and fix the problems. And then also it will be used as a model for other transportation agencies. So we're really setting the standard here in Orange County for how to protect wildlife and also ensure drivers are protected. The transportation corridor agencies have a 25-year history of environmental initiatives. Our programs include not only managing open space, but also acquiring land that would otherwise be developed for residential uses or golf courses. So we have a really strong history of preserving the environment. We take that information, we create collaboration with other organizations, and we really put a lot of science behind the projects that we implement and the lands that we set aside for open space.
To find out more about TCA's Wildlife Fence Project and everything the agency is doing for the environment, you can visit their webpage at thetollroads.com. Thanks for joining us for this edition of Cox OC Connection. For more information on what Cox Communications is doing in the community, visit the Cox Cares website at cox-cares.org. And be sure to follow us on Twitter at Cox California for the latest on previews, local news, and entertainment. Until next time, I'm Leslie Layton. Thanks for watching.